What is the 555 method of manifestation and why is it so effective? I'm going to be talking about that. Think of your top affirmations and what you want to bring into your life, what goals you have for your business or personal life. And we're going to do this together. I'm Monique, the work from home mogul. I make videos about owning a business, working from home, mindset tips, reseller tips, and manifestation tips. And today my special guest is Miss America. Ooh, were you expecting someone different? 555 method and my own personal examples that actually manifested coming up. The 555 method, otherwise known as the 5x55 method, also known as the 5:55 method, is a written manifestation tool that you can use to bring your affirmations into the present. And it's very simple. For 5 days in a row, you write down your written affirmation 55 times. So all you need is a paper with 55 lines, a time of day to write your affirmation to write it, and the 5 days in a row to do it. It basically changes your subconscious mind when you're in the present state of receiving the manifestation to kind of like open up the doorway, the pathway, the vibrational energy to attract the likeness to you. And it could happen while you're actually writing it. Why it works? There's some scientifical process explanation, but that's not as cool as it just happening. And honestly, do you really need to know why it works? If you want the outcome, why not just do it? Personally, I know that just the physical act of writing things down, pen to paper, that action puts you in the present moment. I mean, you can go on autopilot a little bit and then start misspelling things, but if you're really in that moment and the repetition kind of changes your thought process, when you're stating things like I am and not contradicting it with negative thoughts, and you're really just focused on that I am and the positive outcome, your mood elevates, your actions elevates, and it becomes a domino effect of what you're putting out there then coming back to you. That's what I think about writing and being in the present moment. But the number 5 in numerology actually does mean transformation. You're transforming into that person that has achieved the goals. You're on one side of the transformation process when you're writing this, and usually it's like the good part. The number 55 in numerology is all about personal power. So when you kind of combine the two things, you're transforming your personal power into basically the best possible outcome of what you've written down. Key things to think about when you're doing these 55 written affirmations for 5 days in a row. 1, you need to just focus on one affirmation at a time. There may be so many things that you want in your personal life and your business life, but the best part about this is after every 5 days, you get a new one to then focus on. There's so many 5 days in a row that you can do this. I am statements are very powerful. I am grateful for. I am thankful for. I am appreciative of. I am excited about. I am loving that. I am in a state of XYZ. It is important to think about this, saying it out loud a few times first so that you know you have everything you want to write in that one sentence. Because once you start, those 55 need to be replicated that day and the next following days for 5 days in a row. Another key factor is to make this routine of being present in that moment. I've tried doing this in the beginning of the day, and that worked for me. I tried doing this at the end of the night. That did not work for me. There was times where I got in my bed and I was like, oh crap, I haven't done this for the night, and I didn't want to skip a day. So I have to get up in the middle of the night and start writing. Have it set in your calendar in your to-do list, a part of your morning routine. Consistency is really the key about this. Using that power of 5 and 55 and getting it done in a row and then letting it go. Letting it go is the conclusionary and the most important factor about all of this. Once you're done writing the 55 for the day, and especially when you're done with all 5 days, you do not have to keep asking. When you keep asking, that means you're in the focus of the absence of what it is instead of being grateful for what it is. When you're in the absence of something, you just can't help but feeling like crap. And feeling like crap is not going to be bringing this to you. Let it go. And that doesn't mean you have to rip it up or burn it, although actually whatever you do with however many pages you have at the end of this does not matter, as long as it's positive. If you're burning it in a positive, ritualistic way, then that's perfect. If you're just keeping it in a notebook and can reflect on it happily later, that's perfect. If you want to dunk baskets with it, you can do that as well. The purpose is to just be grateful for the experience and to know it's coming and to be done and then move on to the next one. There's going to be times where the manifestation actually happens while you're doing the writing, like maybe on the second day, third day, which is so great and you can be so grateful for it, but that does not mean you can just stop the process. The whole point is to follow through. If you believe in the power of the number and the significance behind it, go ahead and follow through. But there are other things you could do, like the 3 by 33, if you like those numbers. Honestly, it doesn't really matter as long as you are present and you believe in the outcome. Save this video, share it with a friend, try it for yourself, and then come back and let us know what manifested. The very first time I manifested doing like a written tool like this, I didn't even know that I was doing it. I was in high school and I did not make the basketball cheerleading squad, and I was writing every day about I am so happy that I made the cheerleading squad or something to that effect. And the very next time that I tried out for the basketball cheerleading squad, I made it and I was named captain. This is a true story. I had never been on the basketball cheerleading squad before, and the first time that I made it after doing all these written things, I was made captain. After trying this again, another example is I wrote down about being naturally organized, one thing that I was struggling with that I wanted to affirm that I was now a happily organized person, and through the help of some journals that I will put in the description below, I have become much more on top of things, and I feel much more in control and organized in my business life and domestic life as well. Now let's talk to our special guest, Miss America. Listen, America is about hard working. So about all this 555 writing, hoping, wishing stuff just happens while you sit there and write for 5 minutes, that is not all American to me. This is work that you're doing. It's inner work. So especially being consistent doesn't come naturally. If you're setting out a goal and you complete it, even if it's just to be with your own goals for a few minutes a day, writing down what outcome that you want, I believe that that's good work and you'll get a good feedback or a good result from it. Whatever happened to that American spirit about just grinding, getting the work done, and not having time to think about what's going wrong? Some people get satisfaction from being out and focusing on one thing during the work day. Some people like to do a lot of different things. Some people like to do nothing at all. It really doesn't matter as long as you're in your own personal truth and personal happiness. I don't agree that you have to just work all day and then wait for gratification to come later. I do believe that work is a form of meditation, and the more that you put your mind into one focus and keep on going, you don't have time for the negative distractions, and you've built a life of work which is fulfilling. And by the time you're retired, then you have time to do other things. If you even are able to retire at all. You know, this is a work from home business owner channel. So the people watching this probably don't want to be out working all day for somebody else and then never retire. Thank you, Miss America. Thank you, work from home bodies, entrepreneurs, business owners. Go ahead and like this video if you've gotten this far. Hit that notification bell for next week's video and see you then. Bye. There's so many 5 days in a row that you can do this.